the past 24 hours, I've lost more hair than Man United have lost games this season. Where's my hair gone? It's completely finished. And talking about Manchester United, oh my God, that El Crapico, Tottenham against Man U. They're both as bad as each other, aren't they? We're going to get into that later. Plus, Chelsea Football Club. I have praised you so much this season. I retired my mid-table Mandem t-shirt, and what have you gone and done? You are slowly going towards being a mid-table Mandem again. I'm going to have to get the t-shirt out. Thus, somehow Arsenal got past Leicester City, struggling Leicester City just with Marino. And I saw somewhere a headline saying about an Egyptian king, but not the one on Merseyside. What's all that about? And talking about Merseyside, I will be talking about the Everton-Liverpool game, even though it wasn't this game week, but it was the game in hand, and I haven't spoke about it, so I will be adding that into this game week. Let's do this. Weekly roast to the Premier League. Everton 2, Liverpool 2. I said I was going to talk about that game in hand for Liverpool, so let's talk about it. First of all, refereeing. Michael Oliver, that was one of the worst refereeing performances I've seen in a long time. And before you Arsenal fans start coming at me and saying, we told you so, you lot laughed at us for saying about referees and Michael Oliver. We've been there before. Liverpool fans have been saying it for years about this referee and VAR and Michael Oliver. The decisions in the past that he's not given us. We've been saying it for a long, long time before you lot were ever even in a title race or even thinking about it. Other than that, I mean, it was always going to be a fiery derby, wasn't it? Everton, Liverpool, the final Goodison Park derby of all time before it gets knocked down. There's never going to be another one. It was always going to be fiery. There was always going to be fights. There was always going to be red cards. You know, that's how it is. And I said before the game it would be a draw. The only thing that I'm really disappointed at is that it was literally the last kick of the game. That's the sickener inside of you. You're going to go 9 points clear. Now it's 7 points clear. And it's still a substantial lead, but still, oh my God, it was a sickener. It wasn't a pretty game. It really wasn't, man. Both teams were just scrapping. It's so scrappy. We were poor at times. Everton weren't great either. You know, it was just like a punch-up, man. 12 rounds, bam, bam, bam. Who's going to get knocked out first? Since then, it's been okay, though. 7 points. We've got, what, 13 games left or something? Come on, Liverpool, please. Do not bottle this, Liverpool. I beg you. I will have to leave this platform if we bottle it. Brighton 3, Chelsea 0. For the second time this week, Brighton and Hove Albion have beaten Chelsea Football Club. And do you know what? It doesn't surprise me either because they are the Seagulls, aren't they? And what the Seagulls like doing? They like picking up rubbish off the floor. They eat crap, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They like second-hand stuff. So it makes sense that they beat Chelsea twice. Now, all of you know, for the last couple of years, I've been clowning Chelsea non-stop. I've been ripping into them. I have been calling them mid-table Mandems, and I've had the T-shirt as well. But I put the T-shirt away this season because I thought, you know, they're in a title race. No, you're not. They're in a top 4 battle. I mean, yes, they are. You're going to be in a Europa League battle very soon, but I'm going to have to bring out that T-shirt. Literally, I'm going to have to bring out that T-shirt soon because you lot are the mid-table Mandems. You're proving everyone right. Now, we all like laughing at teams and laughing at Chelsea, but I have to think about the fans here and the ownership. You lot must be sick and tired of Chelsea Football Club ownership and the sporting directors or whoever's in charge of this because they changed the culture of Chelsea and there was nothing to change really. I know Abramovich left and everything, but why did they have to change it? You lot were winning trophies. If it weren't the Premier League you were winning, you might have won the Champions League. If it weren't the Champions League, oh, let's go for the Europa League. If you had a poor season in the Premier League, you win an FA Cup or something like that. You were always winning trophies. Club World Champions a few years ago. Champions League winners 4 years ago, and look at you now. And that's down to buying poor players. £1.5 billion spent, and there's nothing to show on the pitch. Oh my God, I'd be going mad. The bridge is falling down. So I have got a little soft spot and a little sadness for Chelsea fans, but for the team, after going through all those years of you lot winning so much and beating us, 2004, 5, 6, all them years, I don't have any sympathy. Leicester City 0, Arsenal 2. Arsenal are looking for a striker. They lost Havertz, they've lost Saka, probably both out for the season. They're not going to be, you know, coming back anytime soon, are they? Martinelli's out for a few weeks. You know, Jesus gone. God almighty. Wanyeri, he's looking sick, man. He's looking very, very good. Marino? It's an unbelievable Jeff moment on Soccer Saturday because what the hell? He came on and scored a brace. Fair play to Arsenal. They had to get the result, but you lot looked like you were struggling, especially in that first half. Arsenal looked like they were struggling big time, and it was Leicester City. Leicester City probably could have scored a couple of goals as well. You lot looked really dodgy, but defensively you're great. You know, you held on in that aspect. But going forward, you know, I worry about you lot. I don't worry. I hope you lose. But, you know, you lot must worry about going to Nottingham Forest, the City ground, and then you're going to Old Trafford as well. And however bad Man United are, and they are bad right now, they pick it up for the big teams, don't they? They really do. And by the way, if Arsenal don't win the title this year, I will not call you bottle jobs. Well, actually, no, I will. I will probably call you bottle jobs. So get ready for that. Aston Villa 1, Ipswich Town 1. What a result for Ipswich Town. They went down to 10 men and then scored. Delap again. I mean, when I hear Delap, all I think of is the throw-ins and the long throws. But my God, now I'm going to think of the goals. My guy is a machine. That's a vital point for them as well, because with Wolves losing, you know, and Leicester City as well, you know, it's so important that they got that point. Aston Villa. Well. I mean, Liverpool, Aston Villa on Wednesday night, isn't it? At Villa Park. So let's hope they put another performance like that in against Liverpool. Yeah. Fulham 2, Nottingham Forest 1. I mean, I did not have this down on my bingo card. What the hell, man? Fulham beating Nottingham Forest. Now, I know Fulham are having a good season, but I thought Nottingham Forest would just crack on and push on after the last couple of results have been pretty decent for them, you know? But no. Bloody hell. They might just be looking over their shoulder just a little bit now as well, because let me just have a look now. Nottingham Forest are third at the moment on 47 points. Bournemouth and Chelsea in 5th and 6th are on 43 points. There's only 4 points now and there's 13 games to go. So they might just be looking nervously over their shoulder. And Man City, I mean, they're, 3 points behind them? Mate, this top 4 battle is mad. Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest. Manchester City 4, Newcastle 0. I've got a little issue here. Now, I read on Twitter or X on TNT Sports, they tweeted something out that Marmoush has got more hat-tricks than Salah in the Premier League this season. What are you doing, TNT Sports, man? Stop trying to compare. There's only one Egyptian king. That Egyptian king isn't Marmoush. That Egyptian king is Mo Salah. Full stop, book closed, book thrown away, into the library, locked up for the night. Simple as. But what I will say is Marmoush looks sick, man. That hat-trick was bloody brilliant, wasn't it? He's the different sort of player. He's the player that's going to run in behind, you know? He does something a little bit different to Haaland. And I worry on Sunday for Liverpool Man City. I have got a little bit of a worry because he's going to be running in behind. And we need Trent, Robbo to be on it. Van Dijk I'm comfortable with. Konate needs to have a good game, get his head screwed on there as well. But yeah, oh God, come on. Trent and Robbo, fix up. Newcastle, I mean, they didn't even turn up, did they? Newcastle did not even turn up in that game. They just went to the Etihad and just thought, oh, we're in a cup final. You know what? Let's lay down, let's put our feet up and let Man City bang us. Because Man City are not a great team at the moment, and we all know that. They are not a great team. If you get at them, you're going to score a couple of goals. Newcastle did nothing. So actually, Etihad on Sunday, I'm not too worried. I know it's still Man City, but... Southampton 1, Bournemouth 3. Was there any surprise? I mean, this is a game that everybody knew that Southampton were going to lose and Bournemouth were going to win because Bournemouth are cooking right now. And Bournemouth, as I saw earlier, they are 1 point off 4th spot. And 5th spot this season might get Champions League. Bournemouth, 12,000-seater Vitality Stadium. Little Bournemouth. Can you imagine Real Madrid turning up? Barcelona turning up? All these big Bayern Munich, Juventus going to the Vitality. Now, I know Real Madrid went there about 10 years ago and stuff, and Ronaldo and everything like that, but in a Champions League game, oh my God, it's mad. And they deserve it. That's the thing. They would deserve it. West Ham 0, Brentford 1. Potter, your magic's running out, mate. What is going on, bruv? Honestly, he didn't even put a foot in that first. I watched this game. He didn't even put a foot in. Brentford scored, and then that was it. And he just ran out of gas. There was nothing at all. Nothing. Like, that's it. West Ham, a little message for you. You go to Arsenal next, right, on the weekend. Get something out of that game. Get a point. Get 3 points. Whatever. Just get something out of that game. Go at them. Come on, West Ham United. Jesus Christ. Be a hammer, not a pencil. Seriously. Crystal Palace 1, Everton 2. I'll tell you what, magic. David Moyes is making magic happen at Goodison Park, isn't he? Wow. Everton are on it at the moment, playing good football. They look for the energy again. They're not going to get relegated, so that new stadium is not going to be hosting Plymouth, Bristol City and Cardiff or any of those teams. They're going to be in the Premier League, and David Moyes, if he's there next year, they might push up to challenge for the Conference Leagues and the Europa Leagues again. Who knows? Liverpool 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Talking about Wanderers, I'm wondering what the hell happened in that second half with Liverpool. What the hell? I could not believe what I was watching. It was like the first half was completely different. It's like they just went on, you know, I don't even know. I can't even think of anything to say of that one, because that second half, I'm completely baffled. I was speechless. It was disgraceful, that second half. Luckily, we got through it. But Cunha, man, what a player he is. He's a proper baller in the Premier League, isn't he? Now, I've been online and I've seen all the Arsenal fans saying, why didn't Jota get a yellow card for his dive? Yes, it was a dive. I don't know why Jota had to do that. I don't know why he didn't shoot, but it is what it is. It happened, didn't it? Konate, that wasn't a foul. If you're giving that, I think it was for the first goal or the second goal, one of those. But if you're giving that, then Jesus Christ, what about the Goodison Park one when Konate was up in the air and Beto, bam, just went lick. So in the end, what my thing is with that game, Liverpool-Wolverhampton, is that you're going to get those games in the title race. Nothing is going to be straightforward, is it? We're going to drop more points in the next 13 games. Arsenal are going to drop more points in the next 13 games as well. It's just what happens in football. But we got through a test. We got through Liverpool against Wolves. It was more difficult than I thought it would be, but we done it. That's it. 7 points clear. Rolled on Aston Villa and rolled on Man Bloody City. Tottenham 1, Man United 0. As I said earlier, it's the El Crapico. Both teams, they were 14th and 15th at the time, I think, something like that. And now, Man United are 15th in the Premier League after 25 games. I'm sorry to laugh. I'm sorry to laugh because I know Man United fans are hurting, but that's just what it is, isn't it, man? I'm enjoying myself. I am enjoying myself watching the pain that you lot are going through with your football club, because we've been through that pain before. Now, people were questioning in that game Amarim's tactics, and you had Casemiro and Fernandes in the midfield. Right? Now, I know that you lot haven't got players at the moment. Ahmad getting injured and Mainu getting injured as well. It's crazy, but people are starting to question Amarim's tactics at the moment, aren't they? And it's just not working in the team. Now, your sub bench, honestly, I thought I was back in school looking at that. They're all teenagers. It's crazy because I don't think it's going to get any better for Manchester United. There's not one player in that squad that I would put in Liverpool. Bruno Fernandes, maybe. I'd stick him in there somewhere potentially. But nobody else would get into the Liverpool team. No one would get into the Tottenham team. None of those players would get into the Bournemouth team. Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, any of them. They won't get there. This is how bad Manchester United are at the moment. They are bad. And I'm going to have to create a new t-shirt because the mid-table Mandems is not even right for Manchester United right now. You lot are the relegation road Mandem. Glory, glory, Manchester United.